Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Chris from Practical Worship Leading. I wanted to give you this pro tip on how a songwriter can use Planning Center services to build and manage their chord charts. There's a bunch of reasons you might want to do this. One is just to have a great, clean database of great looking chord charts that all look the same. Also, to be able to transpose on the fly. Those are probably the biggest ones. So let's dive in. This is all for free, and so I'm going to show you how to do it. So the first thing you want to do is go to planningcenter.com. I'm going to assume, well, lots of you probably already know Planning Center, but I'm going to assume that you don't know anything about it. If you already know Planning Center, you can skip ahead into this, but you just click Start a Free Trial. That may freak you out. Don't worry, you're never going to get charged for this if you do it the way I'm going to tell you. So we don't need the calendar, we don't need check-ins, we don't need giving, we don't need groups, publishing, registrations. All we need is services, and that's free for up to 5 members. So you can see $0. So even after 30 days, this is going to stay free. Click sign up. Once you've got a login, I've already done this, so I'm going to hop over here. You can go to services.planningcenteronline.com. And here I am on my plans page. I don't have any upcoming plans. We're mostly going to work in the songs tab, so let's go over to the songs. So again, here you can see over the years I've just kind of been building chord charts for my own stuff and some different worship songs, stuff like that. And so I can see them all here. So how do we add a new one? Let's go to add a song. I'm going to type in my new song. It will go to see if that song already exists somewhere like CCLI or multitracks.com. Interesting little check to see if you've written a worship song with the same title as somebody else. But for now, I'm not worried about it. We click this green create a new song button. We're going to leave this default arrangement. We're going to choose our key. I'm going to say I'm going to sing in the key of A. This is a very common thing, so I'm going to do it this way. We're singing in A, but I know as a guitarist, I'm going to play in G. I want to play in G because I like those shapes better. This will automatically figure out that, oh, you need to capo twice. You'll see that here in a second. Tags are just for organizing. We're not going to do that. So just click submit. So here's the main page. You can edit the main stuff about your song up here. You can edit things about all the arrangements if you click here. But we're here on just a single arrangement we want to work with. You can type in the length. You can type in a BPM. I would recommend at least doing your meter, which will say we're in a 4/4 song. So 4/4 and 6/8 are the most common. This will go in the title of your chord chart when you download or print it out, and this will help you and people playing with you to remember what time signature you're in. So then there's nothing down here because we don't have any lyrics or chords, so we're going to go ahead and set up our chord sheet or chord chart. So we've got two sides, main sides. Here's the editing window. You'd edit here, and as long as you type in here, it will update automatically because we've got auto refresh on. So this is, let's see, this is my song. Hope that it's good. Please, oops, hop that it's good. Hope that it's good. Please sing along. Eat some good food. Terrible rhyme. There you go. So I made my terrible song here, but you can see it updated as soon as I typed anything. That's because this auto refreshes on. Now, one thing to keep in mind, if you paste into this, this doesn't automatically refresh or save. So if I'm going to copy this and I hit enter twice, so that will refresh because it was a keystroke. If I paste, you'll see, okay, nothing happens over there. The trick to that is I just hit a space and delete or something, and it'll refresh and save your thing. So anyway, that's just a quick tip. So I'm gonna get rid of that. We'll leave our song alone for now. So this is to set what is the key of what chords and what key are you gonna be typing in. So this is helpful if you know, okay, this is not your destination. Like maybe I want to sing in the key of C someday, but I found online some chords, or I'm writing the song in shapes I know on the guitar, or maybe that's in G. So I'm going to write it in G, even though I know someday I want to sing it in C. So that's really cool because you could set up, I want to write in G, and you can either on the previous side show the same key, or if you wanted to, you could see the key of C, and it automatically transposes, which is really cool. So this is the original key that you're actually inputting in, and this is the output key. So I'm going to leave that to original. Under here, you have a bunch of stuff. You can learn more Chord Pro. Column break is super handy, so I'm going to show you that. Well, I'll show you that in a second. I don't use sequence. Format, this is what I recommend. Arial Helvetica font, size 11 to start with. You can make it bigger later. And 2 columns. For now, let me show you, I'm going to go to Curio Monospace because you're probably familiar with seeing this type of thing in chord charts. So, but I'm going to recommend that you use a thing called Chord Pro. Let me show you what I mean. So this thing is, okay, this is my song. Play a G there. Hope that, this is a terrible song. Hope that it's good. Oops. Sorry, I'm already going Chord Pro in my head. So you're used to singing this. Please sing long, and we want to sing on long a D. Okay, so this is fine if you're never going to edit it or change it. And then it looks like here there's 2 problems. One is that the chords are not anchored to the words, and what I mean by that is if I wanted to make this line shorter or longer, then the chord doesn't move with the word, right? It doesn't really know that it's supposed to go there. Same thing here. So if I want to make this line longer, I've moved over the lyrics, but now the chords are just going to be floating wherever, right? So let's do Chord Pro instead. And this is what Chord Pro looks like. Here's how you can translate from just a normal plain text thing to Chord Pro. You just use these square brackets like that, and you put your chord inside. So I can get rid of that. And then C is over good. And then long. That's always going to stay over that L. When I do a second syllable, I actually add a dash like that, so it's really clear to the reader. I need to get rid of that. So there we go. I have the same result, but here's what I can do with it. I can actually, so if I wanted to make my line shorter, like I said before, that G actually stays with the word song. Or if I want to make my line longer, then the C stays with good, so on and so forth. So that's one huge thing. You can monkey with your chord charts a lot better. The maybe sometimes bigger thing that I think about is space saving. So this monospace song font, every single word letter is the exact same width, and so it uses a lot of space. So we're coming out to pass this auto refresh button. Let's just for reference, let's see what happens if I put it back to what I recommend here. Yeah, look at that. So I saved all this space, but I still have the same information. So that's why I recommend this and using Chord Pro. So yeah, this is great. So let's keep going. I'm just gonna leave that go eat some weird, let's say E minor. So Planning Center knows that those are all chords. Like I said, let me show you. It can transpose them. You can choose any other key, and it immediately just changes it. It's so great. So that's something you can play around with. For formatting purposes, the only other thing I want to tell you is I do in all caps because it makes it bold automatically. Chorus, bridge, verse 3. Then I just go like chorus again. I don't have to rewrite it necessarily either because I'm lazy or I need the space. You see, I'm pasting in, so it doesn't always update. So I'm going to, oh, I hit my key there. So if you wanted to make it bigger, you could do this. Let me just do that to force it to wrap around to the next column. Let's just do this. Tons of song. And so you see it kind of broke in the middle of a verse. So that's kind of goofy. You don't want that. So that's the second verse one. What you can do is click here and go back up to our little menu and click column break, and then it broke exactly where I wanted to, and it looks nice and neat. So that's another thing I'll I just wanted to show you. So super good. This is how I would build your chord charts. And again, you can always, I'm going to go back to my default here, even though it's a little bit small, but great. So I've written my song. Now I have my chord chart. Like I said, it shows the meter up here, which is super nice. If you put in a BPM, it would show that there too. Unless you're using a click, you don't really need that. It saves it every time this refreshes, it saves it. So you can just go back and it's already saved. Now this is what's great is I have the key of A, like I set up at the very beginning. But remember when I put in, I want to play it in G. So this automatically made a capo 2 in G chord chart with G chords. Amazing, right? Now, if I have a keyboardist who doesn't have a capo or doesn't want to use that cheating transpose button, I have it in A for them as well, and here are all the chords in A. So super cool, super helpful, ready to go. What if I wanted to play in a different key? What I would do is click Add Key and just select the key. So what if I wanted to play in E? I'd click that. Now I have it available in E or A. So here's the chord chart in E. Done. Amazing. So again, this is why I just recommend doing this with your songs that you've kind of finalized, and you end up with this amazing database, easy to transpose. You know which one is your official final chord chart, things like that. And it's all for free. So hope that helps someone out there. Have a great day. Take it easy.